Up guys, welcome to tonight's stream. I'm gonna try to give this game another chance. I feel like I didn't give it a long enough chance. It looks fun. That's why I'm like, bro, like I don't know, but we're gonna see. We are going to see. Definitely ain't gonna use my controller for this. I'm like, nah, I know better than that. It's like got that loading down for sure. It's like, dang, ain't gotta be that loud. Ain't gotta be that loud for no reason. I thought it would have, well, did I? I don't even think I changed it when I played this. So, give me a second. Gotta post time live and stuff. Okay. Alright, let's exit out of that. Switch that over. I think we should go through training first, because I did not do that when I first played this game. Yep. Getting achievements for it and stuff, so. Hey yo, can y'all move out the way? Can y'all move out the way? Thank you. So what, we just... Hey, what's up, DK? Do I cut the power or do they cut the power? Hey, what's up, Barrels? Is that how you say your name? Barrels? Barrels, no, man. I was just playing. Assume that's Minecraft. This man done jumped on the whole thing. Why is there so many of us? Ooh, that sound though. I like how it sounds. Go ahead, big homie. You got that. You got that. I said you got it. You just went through the door, alright. I thought this was gonna be like more to it, but it don't really seem like there's a whole lot going on. Roger. What's up, Illy? Guess what happened on vacation? What happened? Can I just break the door myself? I don't know how they always gotta break the door for me. It's like I could break the door down. But yeah, you don't know how vacations work. Usually the crazy things be happening during vacations, so. use the trap. Dang, so there's like there's quite a few things you actually gotta do. We saw 7 bears, 3 big ones, 4 little ones. They came, took our trash, and started eating it. The house we stayed in was in the mountains. Oh, well then that's your first problem. You stayed in a house near some mountains. You don't do stuff like that. It's like, I don't stay near any. Then again, I was like, but I don't think there was any bears. I don't ever remember seeing no bears there. But it was like, I guess, like, but it was more like a city area, Mount Rainier. It's kind of cool, though. The house was 3 stories. Yeah, I'm getting all the way to, like, the rooftop. If I see bears, I'm getting all the way to that rooftop part where I feel comfortable. I like how the guns sound in this game. Seems like most games, they don't be having like that like hard hitting like sound. I thought it was gonna be more to training, but I guess not. Yeah, let's go back to the main menu. Capture control points on a map with an allied faction. Alone behind enemy lines. Rebels, especially Dark Army. Yeah, I'm like, I just, okay. Now, actually, alright. So, Lone Wolf, map. Gonna probably put it on that one. Training center. Boat, very small residential house. Ooh. Let's see what that residential house is like. Weather, day, music. They even like give you a thing to you can like change the music. What makes things worse, half the family was on the way back from the grocery store, so the cubs got scared, climbed the tree, so the bears are pretty much out there all night. How they got in the house was when the mama bear tried to climb the tree and got the cubs. They hid to rush inside with the groceries. So wait, the bears got inside the house? Oh nah, you gotta leave the house. If you send me a thing, if your next thing that you say is that, bro, we still in this house, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you contacted me for, so I'm sorry to hear that. Like, my family had to. Oh, your family, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, sir, and I'm like, that is on you. Gameplay spawns. Third person view. Is it third person view? Presence of enemy high. Also, I think that's why. So yeah, let's put it like on low so I can have like some, you know, something. But squad, okay. I played this game, I was like, sir, why is these guys like, before I even get to do anything, like, sir, why is it so difficult? Operation 4 of a Kind. Is this me? This is nice though. The only thing is bears, and I couldn't imagine myself actually living in the mountains. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a mountain person either. I'm like, I like the city. I like, you know, buildings and being able to, you know, see people and stuff. That's my scenery. Strip the weapon cache. Okay. What's up, Dark Shadow? I don't see nobody in there. There was a few minor things about the house I didn't like. The example, the garage was connected to a bedroom, so walking out the garage, you're walking in someone's bedroom. Oh, I thought like cause like my room is like above the garage, so like I thought you were getting ready to say like you didn't like the sound of like the garage. I'm like, man, I've gotten used to that. But yeah, I would imagine that would be kind of like invading a person's privacy and stuff. Yeah, forest areas are sus. So imagine a streamer house and the garage connected to your room, so they no privacy because your room is also the entrance to the house. Yeah, I would not want that room. That room would just have to be like a, you know, like a room where you just put your things in, like when you coming out the garage. So like if like for an example, you take your shoes off, but you don't want your shoes in the garage, you put them in that room. If you got groceries or whatever, like that's what that room is for. But definitely wouldn't be a room where I would put my, or you know, be in there chilling. What the hell you do? Run up. Oh, I seen him. Another thing on like the kitchen, the living room was the second story. It's 2-story on the first floor. Oh, I think I kind of have seen like houses like that, because a friend of mine's, he kind of had a house where it was like the garage wasn't connected to his bedroom, but like when you're walking into the garage, like, or walking from out of the garage, then like his room and that area is like right there and stuff. So technically it was like that, but the kitchen and all that stuff, that was like all up on the second floor. So there was like the first floor, and then there was the second floor. My grandfather, his house was kind of like that too, the house that he was living in before he passed. And the third story is also invasion of privacy. The 2 bedrooms up there almost connected in a way. I would say most houses are like, unless you're like you live in, I don't know how kind of houses like where the bedrooms ain't really all that connected, but you guys is really trying to sneak up on me. That's that same room, okay. Guess it's rare in the South to have connected bedrooms. Yeah, because like, well, yeah, you guys, yeah, you gotta think about it. It's like houses out there is a lot bigger than houses out here. Like houses out here, we got big houses, but not like southern houses. What? That man was sliding up the stairs. How do you slide upstairs? That man was literally defeating gravity. Real estate, I think is interesting. Yeah, I see a lot of different people they get into real estate. There's like a friend of mine that I met through Vine. She just she became a real estate agent not too long ago. Okay. That was chill. That was chill. I feel like that was a better like tutorial, or not tutorial, but like training thing. Cause what they had me do in that like other training, whatever that was supposed to be, I was like, it was not training. Racking up achievements, I'm like, dang, I didn't even do nothing. That's solid though. Nah, this game is chill. Each region is pretty much have different design in their homes. Yeah, that's true. Now that game is solid. I like that game. I don't play something else, but no, I do like that. What can I play? Should I play KARTKRAFT or CarX? CarX is kind of being weird. I might play KARTKRAFT. But there have basements. I mean, I guess it depends on, like, if the house is gonna be big enough. Like, the house that I live in, no, it doesn't have a basement. But, like, I feel like a house that's, like, bigger than mine's, like, a lot bigger, like, 2 of my houses put together, probably. But, I don't know, like, I haven't seen too many houses that have basements. I think basements are probably more so popular in the Midwest. For all the tornadoes. Yeah, probably areas like that. Like, areas out here, it's like the house that I live in, we don't even have AC in it, so. Oh yeah, don't I have to like buy? I have to think, yeah, I have to buy. Just have to go and do these ones. But I'm pretty sure there's probably some houses out here that got basements. Cause I think there has been times though, it hasn't been like big massive tornadoes, but we've had tornadoes out here surprisingly. But it's only done stuff like it might take apart a rooftop to a building, like that's about it. Someone from the Midwest say even their school. Hold on, let me start this so I can pause it. Basement school, they go tornadoes or storms. Yeah, it would make sense for schools to have basements, because there's this movie called Into the Storm, and that movie is a clear sign on why I think all schools in tornado areas, they need basements, like secured, proper basements. Because that movie was crazy. It was a good movie, but that movie was crazy. I think all houses in states where it gets hot needs AC. For sure, DK. I agree. Like, you're telling me something that I've been saying for like years now. To go in the hallway if we had a tornado. The book over our head. Yeah, see, that's not gonna protect no kids. I'm like, that's what they did in that movie Into the Storm. I remember they got in the hallways and was just standing there like, oh my god, the tornado. And then when the big one came through, that's when they went in this like, it was like a sewer drain or like something that they were building and they had to like hide in there. That movie is crazy though. If anybody hasn't seen that movie, I definitely recommend going and watching it. It's like one of those movies where it's like if you don't experience tornadoes, it's like watch that movie and you'll see firsthand what it's like. I mean, that one kind of had like, of course, did like its like movie effects and all that stuff, but it was crazy. Some houses in the South don't come with. Oh no, that's not even a house. That's just walls and a ceiling. For earthquakes, we had to get in there at desk for protection. Yeah, like we've done like earthquake drills because there was a time years ago, back in like 2001 or two, when it was like between the years of 2000 and 2002. But we had like this crazy earthquake that went down. It was pretty wild. Didn't have AC. How the house out and down south ain't gonna have no AC? That's just stupid. Good tornado movie. Yeah, Twister is good too. That's another movie. I forgot about that movie. I just only said Into the Storm because that was the last like storm movie I had watched. But nah, Twister is a good movie. That's like, in my opinion, like the OG like storm movie. Like there's no movie. Into the Storm is good, but I don't think it can top Twister. Like, we never had an earthquake or nothing like that. School, but I'm like, how is this book gonna protect me in tornado? Yeah, like, schools be saying some old dumb stuff. Like, I know they say, like, for earthquakes, they say, like, we gotta get, like, yeah, of course, underneath the desk, doorways, and then we all gotta go out to, like, the, field to, I guess, like, to, like, just overall make sure the school don't fall on us. But my thing is this, like, okay, we go to the football field. Have you not seen, The Dark Knight Rises when the football field started falling apart and that football player was running for dear life? Like, that's what I don't want to do in case if we have an earthquake. I mean, yeah, it wasn't an earthquake that caused that in the movie, but, like, that's what crosses my mind when I think of an earthquake, and then they put us out in this big open area where the ground might not be all that strong, and you got like over 1,000 kids standing in that area. Yeah, that's a catastrophe waiting to happen. Had small earthquakes near me lately. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we had an earthquake. I definitely don't want one that I experienced back. I still remember what I was doing that day too. I was home playing Mario. I think I was playing Mario Kart. Sound hour away. Yeah, I was playing Mario Kart, and it felt like at first it felt like that, like me like jumping on the bed, but like rapidly. But I'm like, I'm sitting here not doing nothing, so why is this bed shaking? So then I got up thinking it was just the bed. Then once I felt the ground, I'm like, hey yo, something's going on. Like, no, this isn't normal. So I remember I took off running. I ran full speed to my mom, earthquake and everything. I'm like, nah, this is not right. She's like holding the TV and like holding stuff from falling. I'm like, fam, what is going on? So a way to know an earthquake gonna happen before it happens. Usually those earthquake like guys, I think they got like a machine that'll let you know that like, oh, the ground, like there's like an active motion in this area, so they'll kind of like give you a warning saying, hey, earthquake. I think they do give you a warning letting you know like an earthquake is gonna happen in this area. But overall, like me, no. You just, when everything starts shaking, that's how you know. Well, volcano eruptions. I heard people from the East Coast talk about Mount St. Helens eruption back in the day. Yeah, that happened in like 1980. Well, so here's the thing. So there's this mountain out here. From the East Coast that it was so bad they even. Yeah, it was pretty bad. That Mount St. Helens, when they erupted, it was pretty bad. If you watch videos on it, you can see that that wasn't no joke. But there's a mountain out here that's like, I'm like mad far away from that mountain, but on like a sunny day, if I'm like going to the mall or something, like if I stand in this like certain area of the city that I live in, you can get like a good viewing of how big this mountain is, called Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is like, that's the mountain where it's like, if that ever goes off, like it's gonna be crazy. It's definitely gonna be a sight to see. Like, I think if anything's like, we're just gonna get like a crap ton of ash, and that's about it. But other than that, yeah, that mountain, it's huge. I think it's like, I think they did say it's like one of the biggest mountains on the West Coast. If not that, I think it is one. I think they did say it's either that or it's like one of the biggest mountains in the world. So yeah, there's like the day that mountain goes off, like that's gonna definitely be a sight to see. Saying how it was so bad, he thought the world was ending that day. I bet a lot of people thought the world was ending. Mount Everest. Mount Everest is big too. I be seeing like, there was a movie that I watched a while ago where they showed people trying to climb that mountain, and you know, of course, I think, you know, if they make a movie about it, and this is a serious movie, you already know people done died during climbing that mountain, but I don't get stuff like that. I just feel like that's just one of those things, you just like, you can get up close on it, but climbing it, I just feel like that there's no reason for that. You know, this is actually in Washington State. Yeah. Yeah, St. Helens, Mount Rainier. I think there's some other mountains, but those are like the two famous mountains. Because Mount Rainier is just big, and then of course Mount St. Helens is the only mountain I think in our area that erupted so bad. I kept thinking it's Montana because they got a city called Helena. Yeah, they I can see why people would think that, but nah, Mount St. Helens, it's out here in Washington. They had like a field trip where we could go there and stuff. I remember it was a science teacher, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you could go there and things." I can't remember why I didn't go. It was for something that he said. And I was like, I don't know if he said something like, oh, the mountain's still, like, active. Or he said something, and I was like, I ain't going. Still go to Mount St. Helens. Yeah, people be checking out that mountain. They had, like, an annual field trip thing at my old high school. Where, you can go up there and, like, look at it and stuff. On how it looks. Like, or I guess, like, the area where it, like, erupted and things. Because it blew out. It blew out like a whole side of that mountain. If you watch videos, like there's one side of it that just collapsed in. I don't feel like playing this game. I feel like I'm probably just gonna play CarX. Guess it would be a sight to see. Yeah, watch the documentary in geology about it. Yeah, I remember I would go out my way to learn because growing up I liked learning about mountains and all that and volcanoes. I remember when I was a kid, I was constantly watching like mountain videos, like all that stuff. It was fascinating to me. I liked it. Still amazed for people east even felt it. Like, no way. Yeah, because if you gotta watch videos on that mountain erupting. When that mountain had erupted, it was pretty crazy. I could see why if people thought that the world was ending, because the way that that mountain went off, it was like, okay, that's not normal. Like, and the thing was is that it was so bad that like before the mountain had erupted, people were saying that they felt like earthquakes in that area because there's houses near those mountains and stuff. So yeah, they said that they were feeling earthquakes, and they were telling people it's like, hey, y'all gotta evacuate and get up out of here because this mountain is gonna go off at some point. And I think for the most part everybody did go, but then of course you had those people out there where it's all like the mountain was gonna, if it's gonna go off, it will. Like I'll leave if I need to, and just saying dumb stuff. My mind, for some reason, I have hard to comprehend that. Yeah, you see, watch the videos. So it's a way to predict eruption before it happens. Yeah, because like earthquakes start happening in that area. So like if you live near some mountain areas and you feel a lot of earthquakes happening, most likely that mountain's about to erupt. Let's see, it's really the only way to detect the earthquake before it actually starts, though. Because I think like there's that movie San Andreas, and they kind of like explained in there how you could detect an earthquake before it happens. That's what I'm like. That's the best way I can like. Best advice I could give you about trying to detect the earthquake is watching a movie about earthquakes. They'll explain it. Because they, some of those guys be having, like, computers, like, not in the ground, but, like, kind of, like, just, over the ground. And then it, like, I guess, like, it detects, like, when plates are, like, moving around. Because that's, like, what it is, like, plates, like, in Earth that's, like, shifting. That's what causes an earthquake. So when it's, like, shifting back and forth and going crazy, then that's, of course, like, we're going to feel those, like, shifts. And then that's, like, how the earthquake and all that stuff be happening. So I think like if they have like a computer on the ground that's like detecting that motion, then they'll like, oh, okay, an earthquake is about to happen, and like, so we won't know, like we'll know, but it'll be like minutes, or if not that, like at some point in time before it happens, like moments before it happens. So it like gives people like kind of like a some time to like prepare, but overall like everybody else won't know. Unless they have one of those like computer things, or they have like an app installed on their phone where they get sent in from those guys, or it's like, oh, okay, earthquake's about to happen in this area. Why give hurricane human names? Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, fam, it's a hurricane. Like, I don't know about calling, like, because I remember when I think I started hearing about that, and it's always like female names. Because I remember when it was Hurricane Katrina, when that had happened. And I was like, why they keep calling it's a hurricane? Like, why they keep calling it like a... And then, like, all those, like, other different hurricanes, and they're all, like, hurricane, like, they just always had, like, some, like, just name with it. And I'm like, I don't get it, but, alright, I guess, if that's what y'all want to do. Like, day-to-day person ain't gonna be paying attention to that, but, alright. I unlock some tracks. What's that BMW I was about to buy? There we go. Hurricane Hugo was a bad one in the South in the 80s. My parents always talk about it. I don't think I heard about that one. I didn't really start paying attention to hurricanes until Hurricane Katrina had happened. That was a hurricane that stood out to me. It's always fascinating when it's like I hear like my parents like their I guess like what they were doing when a crazy like catastrophic event had happened. It's like 5 or 6 during Carl Sandy. That was like 20. Yeah, Hurricane Sandy. I do remember that. But yeah, like every time when I asked my parents like what were you guys doing on, like I think I remember I asked my dad like what was he doing when they announced that Tupac had passed away. I think he said he was working. He said he was working. They announced it on the radio, and I was like, dang, you just having like a normal day that they just get, you know, ruined like that. I can't remember what my mom said she was doing, but I think she said she was like watching TV or something and they announced it. Then what else? Then I was young when 9/11 when it had happened, but I do remember my parents, they were saying like they were kind of just in the house like tripping about when that had happened. What are some other crazy events that went down? And I think as I start getting older, then I was like start remembering like crazy stuff that went down. I think like the one that I'll never forget is when they announced that Paul Walker, when he passed away. That was something I wasn't expecting. It was that, and what is another? I have to say probably when they announced and they killed Osama bin Laden. Those are like the ones that was like, wow, that's some wild stuff. Some crazy events, but in the moments it don't really hit. Like, I had to say, like, for me, like, if it's a famous celebrity death, like, if it's, like, somebody that I know, then I'm like, dang, like, you know, it does surprise me. But, like, when I guess, like, if we're talking on, like, stuff that happened when I was a kid, then, yeah, I was a kid, I wasn't really paying attention to that stuff, like, 9/11, I didn't know too much about it. But now, like, when I see, like, videos and hear stories and all that different stuff, I'm like, man, that is some wild stuff. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was home. But, yeah, cause yeah, I don't remember. I remember going to downtown Seattle. Like historic events, that'll be when they stormed the building in DC. The moment it did seem crazy. Please, that seemed crazy to me. I was all like seeing all them Trump supporters go crazy like that. Nah, that was a pretty crazy event in my opinion. I remember when I was, I think, because what was I doing? I think I had just finished eating my breakfast. And then I think they, because I was watching Price is Right. And I think they had cut to, like, they was like, oh, like a breaking news. And they, like, cut in the middle of Price is Right. And they was like, Trump supporters are storming the Capitol right now. And I'm like, hey, yo, they can do that? Like, that to me, in my opinion, that was crazy. I was looking at that and was all like, hey, yo, them Trump supporters are going to mess around and get killed. I was asleep. I woke up. That's the first thing I saw. I was like, well, Civil War II. Yeah, I was like, nah, those guys, man. I was like, ain't no way they're going to do that and then get away with it. And now, like, you see on the news, you see a lot of those guys are, like, in court right now, getting all these charges thrown at them. And then I think there was like the one situation where the girl, she like, so I don't know if you've seen that video, but there's a video of a girl, like, because there was a person there, they did get shot and killed. And then I think I remember when I seen that video, I was like, hey, yo, this is serious. Like, this is some serious. Then they chasing security guards and cops, like, all throughout the buildings and stuff. I'm like, these people are crazy. Like, ain't no way. And then what kind of surprised me was that, like, people that I went to school with was trying to defend that. Make it seem like that, oh, it's not that bad. It ain't no different than when black people was rioting. I'm like, yeah, we were rioting because, like, we're getting wrongfully killed in streets. You guys are rioting because of a man that's not going to be in office anymore. He didn't lose his life. I'm like, there ain't no reason to, like, go and throw... Like, you guys threw a fit. Like, we're upset because, like, we getting... Black people getting killed, like, left and right. So, you can't compare, like, black people losing their lives to a orange man losing his political power. Like, there's no comparison in that. Like, I think I got into, like, 2 arguments that day with people I went to school with. And I'm like, man, you people are wild. I'm like, y'all keep this same energy when some stuff goes down on TV about some black people. But Trump supporters are just, like, they're just wild individuals. I have to say though, to see my kids studying in 2020, I know, right? They're gonna be like, I could just see my kids right now talking about, Dad, what were you doing when they were storming the Capitol? I was like, man, I just finished my breakfast watching Price is Right. All of a sudden, they cut halfway through the show, showing people in Trump 2020 hats like storming the Capitol. And I'm like, fam, I'm just trying to eat my breakfast in peace and watch Price is Right. Like, I don't care about these people, man. I'm like, I just want to chill. It's gonna be weird, like that, and then the day when I have grandkids, and then they asking me like crazy catastrophic events, and I'm gonna be like, honestly, I don't even remember. Like, you get up to that age and stuff, and it's like, dang, I'm gonna be that person at some point in time. It's crazy to think that. But I think I'll never forget when they, with the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, the riots. I'll never forget those. I feel like that was a pretty crazy event. Those riots. Especially out here in Seattle. They were going crazy out here in Seattle. I was like, just to see, like, especially, like, Leanne, why? I'm trying to, like, tell, like, some, like, you know, history things, and you come through here, like, yelling and stuff, like, I'm saying it's nighttime, people trying to sleep, like, somebody could have been asleep in my stream, you scared them. The fact that you dragged it out too, like, you didn't even like just try to like hurry up and say get over with, like. Then the Vegas Raiders made the crazy post afterwards. What did they say? I didn't see what they said. I just remember like the area where I worked at when the Breonna Taylor and George Floyd riots had happened. That a guy was found guilty. Oh, I remember that. Summer 2020 was horrible. Yeah, summer 2020 was crazy. I just remember like that area, because the area where I worked at was where they had the riots and stuff. So I was just kind of curious to see, like, are they gonna... And so the thing is that they didn't touch my building that I worked at, but they touched the store that, like, we were in partnership with, which was Nordstrom's. They went crazy in Nordstrom's. They was over there throwing, like, clothes and freaking shoes and stuff. What other things that they do? I remember and it's funny because the Nike store is, like, right up the street from where I work at. And I remember they had, like, these big Samoan and black dudes, like, guarding that store. Like, they were like, nah, you ain't gonna come in here and start stealing Jordans. You go try to, you do that somewhere else. Go to Foot Locker, go to Champs. But y'all ain't gonna come out here and start acting crazy. about what was happening. Oh, I was getting into it with people myself, like kids that I went to school with. I would call them friends, but I'm like, I haven't talked to them since then, so. But yeah, I was like, yeah, there is people, there's even like on like people I was dealing with on YouTube at the time, like even them saying seeing them say crazy things about the situation. And I'm like, man, it's like, it's just crazy to think like people was looking at that situation as not something serious. But I'm like, if you have a black friend or any friend that gets wrongfully killed, you're gonna be upset about that stuff. I guess messed up, you know, we gotta add color to the mix and things, but I'm like, but that's life. That's what we, you know, that's what people are dealing with. But it's like, there's people out there that's just too blind to see it, and then they're like, oh, well, then he shouldn't have been doing this. He shouldn't have been doing, or she shouldn't have been doing this. Like, if it's people minding their own business, it's like, fam, they have no control over it. It's like, if you're the, like, the thing is, and it's like, you know, I guess, like, to be as real as I possibly can, if you live in a ghetto area, or if you come across as somebody, even if you, like, are some black person in a fancy car, fancy, like, they pulling you over for a reason. Like, people, like, they seem like to be blind to that stuff. And then the thing is that I'm like, and yeah, you're right, you know, there's white people out there getting wrongfully killed by cops, but I'm like, but look at how many, like, that many times that happens versus how many times a black person just saying they just had it. So, how are you feeling with, like, the COVID stuff? Oh, I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fine. I'm like, I can breathe, I can talk, I can stream for longer than 20 minutes. I mean, I never had no breathing issues in the first place with COVID, so I don't know why I said I can, like, I could breathe even when I had COVID. It's weird how they were saying that I had, like, a mild case of COVID, and I felt like, I'm like, no, I got a mild case of turning into a zombie. I'm like, what are they talking about, a mild case of COVID? I'm like, mild is like, oh, excuse me, oh man, that's, okay. Not like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna have to, like, call, like, 1-800-RICK Grimes and tell him, like, hey, can you put a revolver bullet through my head, please? Because, like, I'm turning into a zombie. Or in Walking Dead case, a walker. I was worried about you. I was worried about myself, too. Like, that first day of having COVID, it was honestly scary. It was pretty scary. I remember that night, like, that's a night I think I'm never gonna forget, is not, cousin got a while ago and it took him a while after to regain taste. I think I had like a taste issue for like less than a day. I remember I went to go drink a protein shake and I'm like, oh nah, like, you can take away my sinuses and all that, but don't take away my taste, like. And then I think I'd had some, like, Fiji water, and I remember I was like, bro, I can't even taste the Fiji water now. I was like, what is this? But, yeah, COVID is no joke. That's why I tell everybody, I'm like, get vaccinated, wear your mask, get you a bottle of hand sanitizer, keep that in your pocket. It's like all that stuff. But yeah, there was like, after, because I guess like they said, like, since I had like a mild case, only I had to like be indoors for 5 days. So after those 5 days was up, I was like, all right, I go outside, get me some fresh air. I went out jogging and I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I definitely, COVID definitely left me in like, not like bad shape, like, well, I mean, it did kind of, but like a bad out of shape like type thing. That's the quarantine time now. Okay, that's chill. But like like so, and I think that's another reason why I felt like, because my head started hurting when I went outside jogging, because when I like, so there would be people where I'm like, okay, I can't cross right now because there's cars driving by. So I'm like, what can I do? So I'm sitting here jogging past people, holding my breath, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just hurry up and go home because I'm honestly gonna pass out. I had COVID a couple of years ago. It turned out to be tonsillitis. That sounds, I don't know. It sounds painful, but I'm sorry to hear that. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I feel like when you mispronounce something, it just makes it sound 10 times worse. I don't know how to spell it. Is okay. No, I was like, it's so painful. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think I was like, for the most part, I was playing it safe, like, throughout the, like, past 2 years. I had 102 fever. Oh, yeah, I know I had a fever. I felt my forehead, and I could feel it myself, and was like, no, this ain't normal. The crazy thing about it was that my body would get, like, mad warm, and then it'll just get, like the chills. So my body temperature was just going like back and forth, and I'm like, this is not right, man. Don't feel mild. That's what made me quit my job. Yeah. Oh yeah, if those guys would have told me I had to still come into work, I'm like, okay, well, for one, I have COVID. I'm not gonna get other people involved during sick or any of that stuff. I'm like, so y'all just gonna have to not deal with me not being there for the next like 2 weeks or week, whatever. But I mean, like, they closed down my old job, so, like, there wasn't, you know. But if I was, like, working at some other, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do nothing. Even when I said I was really sick. Well, yeah, you had one of those bosses where it's like, that boss most likely wanted you to quit. There's bosses out there where it's like, they don't understand the sickness until they actually get it. I remember a coworker at my old job, that same thing happened to her. She ended up quitting her job because she was like, this was long before COVID too, but she got really sick. And I remember she was not feeling well, and I was like, no, like, if you don't show up tomorrow, I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm just glad, like, to know that now. But I'm like, yeah, I'll do as much as I can, try to do as much as I can, show up early tomorrow and all that. I remember, like, I think a few days had passed by, and then she wasn't showing up, and I remember she worked at another store down the street, and I was like, hey, like, where have you been? And then that's when she said, like, she quit because them guys didn't believe that she was sick and stuff. I'm like, man, those guys are so weird. And why is it so hard? It's been a while since I've been to the net. My doctor misdiagnosed me twice before I got the medicine I really needed. That's crazy how, like, a doctor, it's like, fam, what did you went through school, you did all these different things, and you, like, I don't know, like, I'm not a doctor, so I can't really speak on being a doctor, but I just feel like things like that shouldn't go down. Like, you shouldn't know what's wrong with me, you didn't study this stuff, so, like, that's why at times, like, it's always best, like, you don't trust the doctor, get a second opinion. Or she literally gave me muscle relaxers. Wow. So I literally was taking muscle relaxers for no reason for like 3 days. And I swear, they always recommend stuff like that. I remember when I had this joint disorder, and they was like, oh yeah, get you some ibuprofen. And I'm like, fam, like, I was eating those ibuprofens at the same time every day, and I'm like, my jaw still hurts. Like, this ain't helping. I remember I eventually just gave it to one of my coworkers, the ibuprofen. I'm like, this stuff ain't. You can use it. You got like 2-3 containers in your locker, so like you can use it. But I'm not gonna be taking stuff and it ain't even doing nothing for me. And then I think, who is it they recommended? I don't know if I had looked up Icy Hot or if somebody had told me, but then I got some Icy Hot, and then all it was just doing was causing my cheek to just get really hot and then really cold. And I'm like, man, nothing. So I just waited for it to, like, oh, then they had like jaw exercises that you can do. There was one that's like you have to like hold your thumb underneath your jaw for like a certain amount of seconds, but like try to open your mouth while doing it. And I'm like, I look so stupid sitting in my room with both my thumbs underneath my jaw trying to open my mouth. And I'm like, this is stupid, bro. So I think I just was like, you know what, if it hurts, it hurts. But it sucked because I was like, I couldn't even, there was like foods I like to eat and I couldn't even eat them. And they were all like, oh, you gotta like prevent from opening your mouth as much. I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna be a problem. Because for one, I need to eat. And second, I'm a content creator. I gotta talk and, you know, do things and stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Then my sister, she got the same thing. And I was like, man. Now, I don't know what her situation is with her job, but, like, now my job from time, like, let me see if it does it now. Yep, it'll make, like, a loud popping noise. Been so sick. And you take a long nap, wake up not remembering your whereabouts. I've done that with not even being sick. Heard it. Yeah, that's due to the, you know, the having that joint disorder. But I forgot my whereabouts not even being sick. You should have seen me at times when I would be getting off of work and I'll be on the bus. I remember one time I woke up and seen that nobody... Do you know how scary it is when you wake up and you don't see nobody on the bus? And before you went to sleep, you seen everybody surrounding you on the bus. And you wake up and nobody is there. That is the scariest thing ever, because you're thinking like, okay, so the bus got into a car accident, I died, but they're giving me my own private bus. Like, I'm like, I would have taken the bus to heaven with the same people. I don't know why I needed my own bus, but I'm like, all right, you know. Then I got to looking around. I'm all like, hey, wait a second. Why does the bus? Why does heaven look like Washington State? I'm like, this ain't. No, hold on. I'm gonna let me pinch myself. Okay, I'm still alive. Bus driver's like, oh, I didn't see you. I'm like, yeah, you didn't see a black man sitting in broad daylight on your bus wearing the brightest Jordans of all time. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Sure, Miss Bus Driver Lady. But yeah, I don't need to be sick to forget my whereabouts. I've been perfectly fine and forgotten my whereabouts. I've woken up. There's been times I've woken up and forgot what time it was or what day it was. I remember one time I woke up because I think it was, this happened back when I was in high school, but I remember there was a time when I went to sleep. I just went to sleep straight from like coming home from school. And I remember my mom had woke me up and I thought it was the next morning. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, why am I already dressed? I'm like, I don't remember getting dressed last night. I'm like, why am I already dressed? I look at the time, it's like, it said, luckily I seen the PM, because if I wouldn't have seen, if I just seen like 5 something and then not see the PM, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm already dressed, so might as well just, I walked all the way up to school at freaking 5 in the afternoon thinking like, hey, yo, where is everybody? Where's my friends at? I was like, why is the sun going down? I'm like, what's going on here? So... that's just me. I don't know. That's who I am. Maybe I'm like just sick 24/7. If it's supposed to be a sick thing, then maybe I'm just sick 24/7. Cause I've woken up quite a few times and forgotten where I've been at, especially on the bus. Then there was one time I remember I was, this happened like early in the morning when going to work. And I went to sleep, and I try not to sleep when I go there in the morning, but there's at times I couldn't help it. And so, I remember I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I seen this area of Seattle that I hadn't seen before, and it looked like an airport area. And I'm like, fam, have I been asleep that long? I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, I've been asleep to where the bus, like, they, boarded a whole new set of people to go to a different location. I'm like, nah. I'm like, this ain't, and now I'm like sitting there thinking, should I pull the string? Should I leave it? Like, what? I'm like, this ain't normal. First start my old job. Come home after my night shift every night for like 2 weeks, just lay on my floor in the fetal position. I would lay in the fetal position in my bed, not on the floor. Floor is too hard. Come on. Okay, I made it. But yeah, I'll do that in my bed. Especially like I remember like the last day I went to my old job, because then I remember I was kind of dealing with some stuff at the time. And so I remember I just came home and I just got in bed, laid down, fetal position, watching motivational videos of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, thinking I'm gonna feel better. And I'm like, it didn't make me feel better. I'm like, I don't feel better at all. Thing I hate about sleeping in cars is when sometimes you're asleep, you get the feeling that you're falling, you shoot up in panic. I would do that. I've done that outside of cars. Like and the thing that I don't like, I never do it. Well, like there's like it's rare occasions when I do that while I'm at home. Always when I'm out in public. Always when I'm out in public. And I'm like, I remember I did that when I had jury duty, and I'm like, why? Just why? I'm like, I wasn't even dreaming about nothing crazy for me to like jerk up real quick and things. I'm like, what's the issue? Well, and then the embarrassing part is when you drop your papers and it makes a loud noise, and I'm like, okay, everybody, I'm calm. It's fine. I just wish people like would accept that. Like if I see somebody jerk, I'm just gonna look at them and just be all like, hey, don't even worry about it. Same thing happens to me. Yeah, it's like I'm not even gonna like just call out. Like I think that should just be a thing where it's like you just like you accept that. It's gotta be a law. It has to be a law. It's like you cannot laugh, or you know, like you're by law you're supposed to come for the person if they wake up jerking out of their sleep. But it's a good law, right? I think it's a good law. I should be like one of those like lawmakers. Like if I was an emo, a pair of black forces, yeah, pair of black forces. I feel because I don't think I've seen too many like black Air Force emotes and stuff. So actually it'd be kind of a funny prank to play on like some sneaker store employees. Go in there and be all like, yeah, I'd like to purchase all of your black Air Force Ones. Famous donut shop. I know this is supposed to be like in LA or something, but it don't really look like this, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. But no, I want to do that. I want to go in like Foot Locker or Champs or even the Nike store and be all like, yeah, I'd like to purchase all the black Air Forces you guys got in stock. Just so I could see how worried like they would look. Because I know if I worked inside of a Foot Locker or any sneaker store and somebody comes through and they are like, I'd like to purchase all of your black Air Forces, I'm like, hey, a war is about to happen. A legitimate war is about to happen. Like, who comes in on a Sunday morning asking for black Air Forces? I'm like, no, this person's about to throw hands or commit crimes. It's a bed now. Good night, friend. Have a good stream. Leon, I appreciate you for being here, as always. Shout out to Leanne, guys. Make sure y'all go follow her. Show her some love and support. Be greatly appreciated. What race can I do? I wish it was a lot easier to level up in this game. There's this one game I wonder how much space that game would be. Because if that game don't require a lot of space. Where's that game at? 15, dang, 15 gigabytes? That's crazy. I don't need to have this installed anymore, so I can delete that. What game can I play? Oh yeah, I did download this game again. I'll play this. World War III. I don't get why, like, games, like, why would you not just have it where you launch the game in Steam? Like, why do you guys come out with, like, you gotta open up Steam and then open up another launcher just to launch the video game? I'm like, it's doing too much, man. Why is the screen so big? How am I supposed to look at chat? That's why I need, like, one of those, like, side, like, screen things. Hold on, I don't know. It might show some stuff. There we go. Okay, we good. Train statistic, customized battle pass. This didn't, like, save none of my stuff from, like, the last time I had played. Huh, that's weird. Probably play a game or two of this, probably see how the first game goes. Then probably end up calling it a day with this stream. There must not be a whole lot of people playing this game. I'm trying to think, like, what? I could play Counter-Strike. But I'm like, I'll have to download that. I might end up downloading Counter-Strike, playing that. Counter-Strike, though, I don't know. Maybe. It's like a... I might re-download... Ooh, I could re-download Rainbow Six Siege. But, like, now that I've been playing all these tactical games, like, I've gotten slightly better. So this is what caused me to start losing my patience. And I'm like, fam, I'm just trying to play a game. Like, that's it. That's kind of sick. I like how that looks. No CPU option. What you mean no CPU option? For the game? I wish they had like a fast like loading time option. I'm you know, CPU, I don't, you know. It's like I'm sitting here looking at like just them like the thing loading and stuff. I'm like, okay, you got like 12 players. All right, 6v6. Just have it where it's set up like that. Play against bots. Oh, they no, I don't think they do that. Smart idea, but no. Because honestly, I would have just did that. I swear, man, it's like just... I don't think they have no thing like that. Training, movement, shooting. Yeah, I don't think training. And plus, if it is, it's they probably ain't gonna have it where I get no XP for it. But actually, I could re-download that one game, Insurgency. But Insurgency, that game is kind of confusing. Wait, what? I failed just because I ran? I ain't playing that. It's like I literally failed the test because I ran. It's like tactical ops. I'm just like, they could just put me into a random... Okay, here we go. Here we go. Bro, it should not take this long to start up no game. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, alright, I'm about to leave. I'm probably just only gonna play one game. I'm not gonna play multiple games. If it takes that long just to get into a game, I'm like, I can only see like how the rest of the games would be. Probably play a lot. Plus, it didn't even like save my stuff from the last time I played. It's like, I've played this game. If I go to my career thing and they only shows I played one game and they talking on this game, nah, man, something's going on.
Oi, Muppet!
So, hey, don't shoot me and I won't shoot you. That was a sign. I just seen something in the distance. I'm like, nope, it's here to kill us.
Attack objective A1.
I sound like the oh wow. Oh wow.
Medic!
Wait a second, sir. That was the enemy. I thought that was the... Bro, it's like, when did they show up? When did they even get there? That people that straight up teleported. Are you, bro? People in tanks, man. It's like you give a person a tank in a video game, it's just no winning.
Patch yourself up, lads.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Blood.
Bruh, what the... Oh, that is like supposed to be like how, like where they shot you at? Okay. So I gotta protect my right arm, my left leg, and what was it, my shoulder?
Hi. Show what the made of.
It's like, okay, well, don't run out in front of me if you see a person shooting. Bro, what the... Nah.
Equipment needed. Hello? Frag out.
Bro, why is it that, like...
Over here. Show what we're made of. Fucking hell, I'm hit. Medic! Man down.
Man has a whole rocket launcher, he ain't even using it. Dang, why they spawn us back so far?
Actual, give us something to do. Right. Squad leader now.
I'm now the squad leader. What is that? What is...
Attack objective B2. Attack objective Bravo 1.
Bro, what the... Got freaking Captain African American just standing on top of me like, no, let me just stand here and just shoot people out in the open.
Oi, give me some gear.
Bro, it's like, man, he... Oh my god. Okay, well, he died, so it's alright. We haven't, like... We're gonna lose. can't get out. Why is it every time when I go somewhere, I just instantly get shot and killed? Like, dang. Like, I never see any of these guys, but they just somehow see me. How do you even see somebody from that far away? What kind of supersonic glasses you got? I'm not playing this, bro. Freaking guy where people are seeing me even before I go out and run out in the area. I ain't got time for that, man. I'm getting tired and I ain't trying to stress myself out before I go to sleep, so that's crazy. Let's see who I can raid. Raid my friend T. The thing loads up, okay. But I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you everybody that stopped by tonight's stream. I'm gonna probably end up playing that first game that I played and see how that goes. But yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys and peace.